Ram Ram Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Randraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. We're reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 3rd canto, 23rd chapter, titled as Devahūti's Lamentation. This is a beautiful story of great sage Kardama Muni and Devahūti, his wife. Their story is there in this chapter. So Kardama Muni is a Brahmana and he is very poor. He is a sadhu and he is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. He spent all his life in worshipping Lord Krishna. And he's a son of Brahmaji, and he was asked to produce children, increase the population on the planet. So Kardama Muni was a great devotee and he worshipped Lord Krishna. He did tapasya for thousands of years and he pleased Lord Krishna and he requested him that you please guide me and whom do I marry so that the person whom I marry helps me in my spiritual path. So with his prayers, Lord Vishnu was pleased and he appeared and he said that Swayambhuva Manu, who is the emperor of the whole planet, will come and offer his daughter Devahūti to you. She is very cultured, she is very devoted and she will help you. So with the inspiration and with the blessings of Lord Vishnu, Swayambhuva Manu approached Kardama Muni and he offered his daughter in marriage. His daughter Devahūti is very beautiful looking as well as she is very well mannered, she is very well cultured and devotional. And even though she comes from the royal family, she comes from a big family, a king, emperor's daughter, right? She's a princess, but she decides to marry Kardama Muni, who is a sadhu who has a little ashram, hut to stay, but she doesn't ask for any physical comforts, material comforts. She gives her best and she doesn't look after her own health, but she makes sure that Kardama Muni gets all the necessary things required for his tapasya. So she does her duty as a wife very nicely, and seeing her seva, duty and service, Kardama Muni is very pleased. Kardama Muni is a yogi and he can understand a lot of things because yogis have power. So he asked Devahūti that what do you want? She says, I want a good shelter, good house and good family. So Kardama Muni with his yogic power, he creates a flying aerial mansion. Yogis are able to create with their yoga power, they have a tremendous power. So Kardama Muni creates a 7-story aerial mansion. And also he produces with his yogic power 1,000 servants who serves Devahūti. And they give her Ayurvedic treatment by which Devahūti, who had lost her physical health or wellness because she was all the time serving Kardama Muni, but Kardama Muni with his yogic power could revive her health back. And in this way, in that flying mansion, Kardama Muni, Devahūti and the thousands of servants, they travel all over the universe, especially the place where all the Devi Devtas go for vacation. It's called Valley of Mount Meru. So that is where Kuberji, who is a treasurer of Devtas, he also goes for vacation to the Valley of Mount Meru. It's a very beautiful place. So Kardama Muni with his wife, they travel unrestricted all the places around the universe. And then after traveling everywhere, then Kardama Muni comes back to his own hermitage, ashram. He's not attached to anything. So he satisfies the desire of his wife. And then he says, now it's the time to fulfill your desire to have your family. So then Kardama Muni with his yogic power blesses Devahūti, and Devahūti gives birth to 9 children. All 9 are daughters. So Devahūti, Kardama Muni now decides that, okay, now she has a family also, but then he wanted to continue his tapasya. So Kardama Muni, after begetting 9 children, then he decides, now I should go back to my tapasya. I've spent enough time with the family. Now it's time now to go back. So he is planning to go for tapasya. At that time, Devahūti is not happy. And Devahūti is now talking to Kardama Muni. Now in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, there is a lesson in all the shlokas. Every shloka has a lesson. So in this coming 3 shlokas, which we are going to learn today, there is an important duty of a husband. Kardama Muni is a husband. And what is his duty? What is the duty of a responsible person is mentioned here in this shloka. Devahūti is complaining to, she's lamenting to Kardama Muni, and her complaint is valid actually. So we'll see what she's saying now to Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni has given her everything, given a flying mansion, a plane, given the whole thing, and given the children also. But now there is something more is required on behalf of a responsible person. Right? So that is mentioned here. So we'll read the shloka number 15. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Devahūti now is watching Kardama Muni, and the shloka mentions Likhanti adho mukhi bhumim padanakha mani shriya vacha lalitam vacham nirudhya shuru kalam shane. So Devahūti now is standing in front of Kardama Muni, and she scratched the ground with her foot, which was radiant with the lustre of her gem-like nails. Her head bent down, she spoke in a slow yet charming accent, suppressing her tears. So now she's standing in front of Kardama Muni, and what is she doing? She's scratching the ground with her nails, with her toe. She's scratching, and she's looking at Kardama Muni, and her voice is choked. She wants to cry, but she is stopping her tears. Nirudhyashru kalam shani. So she's suppressing her tears. She doesn't want to cry in front of Kardama Muni. So she is not happy, obviously. So what is happening here is that Srila Prabhupada is explaining here in the purport. Devahūti was so beautiful that her toenails appeared just like pearls. And as he scratched the ground, it appears as if pearls had been thrown on the ground. When a woman scratches the ground with her foot, it is a sign that her mind is disturbed. These signs are sometimes exhibited by gopis before Krishna. So here in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, there are some subtle signs, and Srila Prabhupada is saying that when you see a woman scratching her foot on the ground, that means she is not happy. When the gopis came in the dead of night, Krishna asked them to return to their home. The gopis also scratched the ground like this because their minds were very disturbed. So gopis also had the similar gesture. Devahūti now is saying to Krishna, to Kardama Muni, Devahūti vacha sarvam tad bhagavan mayam upovaha pratishrutam athapi me prapanya abhayam datusum arhasi. Here is very important word here. What is it saying? Abhayam daturum arhasi. So she's saying that, hey Kardama Muni, you are a great yogi actually. And you have fulfilled all the promises you gave me. Because you created the aerial mansion, took me around everywhere, gave me 9 daughters. But still, what is he saying? Prapanya yayi. I am surrendered to you. You should give me abhayam. Abhayam means fearlessness. So here, Devahūti is saying that you have given me everything, but still I have a fear in my heart. And what is the fear for Devahūti? So Devahūti here is thinking that you've given me the daughters, but daughters will get married and they will go back to their own house. And you will go for tapasya. You will take sannyas one day. Then who will look after me? I'm a mother. So ladies has to be protected. And I am the one who left my father's home, came here. Now your daughters will get married one day. They will go. You will also leave for sannyas. Because in the olden times, there was a process of brahmachari, gruhastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. So at a time, then you have to leave the house, right? So they were saying that you have given me the daughters, but I want a son who can protect me when you are gone. Right? So she's saying that I am the son who is surrendered to you. Now it is your responsibility to protect me. So she's basically asking somebody who can guide her, who can protect her when she is old and husband is gone for sannyas, right? So she's asking Kardama Muni. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining the roles and responsibilities. Devahūti requested her husband to grant her something without fear. As a wife, she was fully surrendered soul to her husband. Actually, this is true. When one gets married, the husband and wife, the wife actually is the one who leaves everything and comes to the family. So it is the duty of a husband that he protects her just like she was protected by her father. And it is the responsibility of the husband to give his wife fearlessness. The husband should make sure, even to that matter, husband or wife, or any elder who takes the responsibility. Actually, this is an analogy here, that husband and wife, but to that matter, any responsibility we take, we make sure that our dependents are not worried about anything. It is a duty of an employer to make sure that employees are protected. Is that right? Anybody who takes a responsibility, whether it is husband, wife, father, mother, doesn't matter. This is the analogy here. How one awards fearlessness to subordinate is mentioned in the 5th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So this is a very nice process here, that how to offer fearlessness to subordinates. Now, who are subordinates? Subordinate is somebody who is dependent on you. Right? Maybe your son, maybe your daughter, maybe your old parents. They are also dependent on you, right? So it is a responsibility to award them fearless. They should not be worried about anything. So you should make sure they are protected. And that process is mentioned in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 5th canto. And what is that fearlessness? So the best fearlessness is to guide your dependence to Lord Krishna. Is it right? When one is protected by Krishna, then nothing to worry. Rakhi Krishna, Mare Ken, Mare Krishna, Rakhi Ken. So if you can subordinates, you can make them Krishna conscious, then that is the best fearlessness gift you can give. Right? One cannot get free from clutches of death. One who cannot get free from clutches of death is dependent, and he should not become a spiritual master, nor husband, nor kinsman, nor father, nor mother, etc. So what is the responsibility of a person who is leading? The fear of death, that has to be removed from the mind of everybody. And how can we do that? So when we get surrendered to Krishna, then there is no chance of death. Why? Because when we are surrendered to Krishna, then there is no punarapi janma, punarapi marana. So then Krishna relieves you from repeated cycle of birth and death. So if you can, Hare Krishna. So it's Srila Prabhupada is saying, it is the duty of a superior to give fearlessness to subordinate. So to take the charge of someone, therefore, either as a father, mother, spiritual master, relative, husband, one must accept the responsibility to give his word freedom from the situation of material existence. Material existence is always fearful and full of anxiety. Devahūti is saying, you give me all sorts of material comforts by your yogic power. And since you are now prepared to go away, you must give me the last award so that I may get free from this material conditional life. So Prabhupada is explaining that a father or a mother, or to that matter, anybody who is taking a role as a leadership, he should make sure that his dependents get freedom from or free from the fear of repeated birth and death. Death is the worst fear, right? Everybody is scared of death. But a devotee is not worried about that. A devotee is 100%, he knows that if Krishna is there to protect, I don't have to worry about it. Prahlad was protected by Lord Vishnu, and his father wanted to kill him. But he was not worried. Is that right? Mirabai, she knew that there is poison in the milk, but she was not worried. She offered that poisonous milk to Lord Krishna, and Krishna drank it. Narasimha Mehta, his daughter was about to get married. He doesn't have money to give to the daughter's marriage. But Krishna looks after it. So Draupadi, she is being harassed by Kauravas. But she knows Krishna is there to protect. So fearlessness means dependency on Krishna. So when we make our subordinates know Krishna consciousness and they are fully dependent on Krishna, their fears will disappear because they know that Krishna is there to protect. I can protect my child for some days, but one day they will be independent. Then how can you give fearlessness to them, right? But if the child is Krishna conscious, then child knows, oh, Krishna is there always to protect me. I don't have to worry about it, right? So that is giving the real fearlessness, right? So that is what is the role and responsibility of a leader. We'll pause here and we'll continue study of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam tomorrow. Vrindraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.